Students, we are going to learn about how to use the properties of parallel lines. So, which are the properties? Whenever there are parallel lines and a transversal, there are corresponding angles which are congruent, there are alternate angles which are congruent, and interior angles are supplementary. So, these are some of the properties of parallel lines. So, we are going to use it to solve something else. So, let us learn where are we going to use these properties. So the theorem is the sum of measures of all angles of triangle is 180 degree. So here you can see we are going to prove that the angles of a triangle, so there are three angles in a triangle, so the sum of measures of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So you can see here we are going to use parallel line properties in a triangle to prove this. So whenever there is statement of the theorem, if we convert it into if and then statement, then we will understand that what is the given part and what is the to prove part. So I have converted into if and then statement. If the given figure is a triangle, then the sum of measures of all angles of triangle is 180 degree. So now you can easily tell that which is the given part and which is the to prove part. So the given part is if part. In the given part, it is given that the figure is a triangle. So as soon as you get that, you write given ABC is any triangle. So we have named that triangle as ABC. As soon as you write the given part, you have to draw the figure, because it is always good to represent it in the form of figure. You get extra marks or you get full marks. So this is triangle ABC. Then you have to write to prove part. So now here the pink color part, or the part from then, is the to prove part. So we have to prove that the sum of measures of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So by looking at this triangle ABC, we are going to write down the names of three angles and its summation equal to 180 degree. That is to prove part. So I'll show. So to prove angle ABC, so angle ABC, that means this angle B. We are writing in the full form or full name, that means a three-letter name of an angle. So here ABC means angle B, plus angle ACB. ACB means ACB, that means this angle C, plus angle BAC. So here BAC is this angle A. So when we add all these three angles of a triangle, we get summation equal to 180 degree. That we are going to prove. So how are we going to prove? By using properties of parallel lines. Let us understand that. First, we are going to draw a construction. So what construction we are going to do? We are going to draw a line passing through this point of a triangle, point A, and that line will be parallel to this line, this side of a triangle, side BC. Okay, so how that construction is going to look, let us see in the next slide. So as I have explained that we are going to draw construction in this triangle. So we are going to draw a line passing through this point A. So let us see how to draw it. So it will look like this. So we have drawn a line PQ. You can see here, this is the line PQ. It is shown in the form of dotted line because that is the construction part. That part we are drawing it extra. So that's why we have shown it in the form of dotted line. So we draw line PQ and it intersects this point A of triangle ABC. Right? So now what are we going to do? This line PQ is parallel. Okay, we should always keep this in mind that we are going to draw a line PQ which is parallel to side BC of the triangle. Now, if PQ is parallel to BC, then these two lines which are there, side AB and side AC, will act as a transversal, because see, it cuts both these two parallel lines at two different points. Okay, so first we are going to just consider transversal AB. Okay, just this line. So if I have to consider transversal AB, then I'll just block this side AC, so that there is no confusion and you will able to see the figure very properly. Okay, so we take that line PQ is parallel to BC, that we already know. That's why we have done the construction, and we consider AB as the transversal. So I'll block the other side of the triangle. So if I block the side of the triangle, that is AC, now we can see the figure carefully. This line PQ where I am tracing with the red color dot, and this line BC are parallel to each other, and this line AB is a transversal which intersects at point A and B. Now if you see carefully, this point where I am now pointing this red color dot, that angle and this both angle form some pair of uh, there is a pair which is formed, which is that pair of angle. So can you think and tell me, or just you have to tell that which you have to think in your mind and memorize or recollect which is that pair of angle which is formed when there are two parallel lines and there is a transversal. So in the interior part, on the opposite sides of the transversal, there are two angles. So you can see here I have represented by green color dot. So these two angles which are there, they trace the letter Z, they make letter Z, and whichever angles make letter Z, those are nothing but alternate interior angles. And always in a parallel line, alternate interior angles are congruent to each other, or we can say they are equal to each other. Congruent means equal. So that's why we write down here the statement angle ABC. So angle ABC, so that means this angle is equal to angle PAB. That means this angle. Why they are equal? Because they are pair of alternate angles, or you can say alternate interior angles. So they are in the interior part, right? So now what we do, we consider PQ parallel to BC only, but now instead of AB as a transversal, we take other side of the as the transversal, that is line AC. So we'll block side AB. So if we block side AB, so that will be easier for you and you will not get confused. So now if after I block side AB, now if you watch the figure very carefully, then you will find that line PQ is parallel to line BC and AC is now the transversal. Now we take AC as the transversal. So that we have to write down line PQ parallel to BC and segment AC is a transversal. Now after we take AC as the transversal, again there are two angles which form pair and they make letter Z. You can see here again. Okay, so this two angles which are there, which I am now pointing, and they are also marked with double lines. Now I'll represent it with two different points which are there in brown color. So these two angles which are there, they also make Z letter. So that means they are a pair of, again, which angles? They are a pair of alternate interior angles, because they are on the interior side. And whenever alternate angles are there in a parallel lines, inside the parallel lines, that time they are congruent to each other. Corresponding angles, alternate angles, both angles are congruent in a parallel lines and a transversal. So that's why these two angles are equal. So we write down the statement angle ACB. So angle ACB means ACB. That means this angle which I am pointing now is equal to angle QAC. That means this angle. Why they are equal? Because they form a pair of alternate angles. So you can say alternate interior angles. Now what will I do is I will add equation 1 to equation 2. I have got both this equation 1 and 2. So while adding, what do we have to do? We have to add both the LHS part together. That means angle ABC plus angle ACB equal to an RHS part together we have to add. So let us pay attention to the equation which I get. So from equation 1 and 2, when I add, I will get angle ABC plus angle ECB. So from equation 1 and 2, I first add both LHS of the equation is equal to, then I add both RHS of the equation, angle BAB plus angle QAC, and I get equation 3. Now why did I add? That question should come in your mind. Why did I add? Pay attention. So if you see here on the LHS now of the new equation, there is angle ABC, that means ABC, that means this angle, angle B. Then there is angle ACB, that means ACB means angle C is also there. So there are two angles already there, and we just need third angle of the triangle, and then we get the summation of all the angles of the triangle. That's why we add both this equation. So now third angle is still left, which is angle BAC. So if we add that angle to this side, then we will get all the three angles summation of a triangle. So what I'll do, I'll add BAC on this side of the triangle. So if I add on the LHS of the triangle, then I have to add it on the RHS of the triangle. Why? Because both these sides are equal. So if I add anything on this side, that means LHS, I have to add it on same thing on RHS of the equation. So the next thing we have to do is adding BAC, angle BAC on both the sides of equation 3. So let us see what we will get. So this thing we have to write as it is, angle ABC plus angle ACB, plus we are now adding angle BAC. So we'll get 3 angles of a triangle, all the 3 angles of a triangle. And on this side also I am going to add, so equal to, the same thing will remain as it is, PAB plus QAC plus BAC we are going to add. So same thing I have added on both the sides. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to take this BAC part on beside PAB. So let us see, I am going to keep the same figure and let us see what will happen. So I am going to keep LHS here only, same side, and on RHS what I am going to do is, I am going to take this BAC near to PAB. So see what I'll get, angle PAB plus BAC is equal to QAC. So just what I have done, I have taken this BAC on besides PAB. Why I have done that? Because you can see here, if you see properly in the figure, PAB plus BAC. So if you add these two triangles together, so after addition what we will get? One angle. If you see one angle, if you want one angle, it will be total angle PAC, right? So if you add these two angles, then you will get the total angle PAC. So I am going to write that. So PAB plus BAC is equal to angle PAC plus QAC as it is I am going to write. So here in the bracket it is mentioned PAB plus BAC is equal to PAC, whole angle, total angle PAC. Why do we do that? Because if you see properly, this whole angle PAC and angle QAC, that means this angle, if you see carefully, both those angles form a pair, linear pair. Okay, so what does linear pair mean? That means they are neighboring to each other, that means they are adjacent to each other, and both this angle have same baseline. You can see here baseline PQ. So that means they are pair of linear angles. So, and always whenever we add linear angles, they are equal to 180 degree. That means linear pair angles are supplementary, and pair always has only 2 angles. Pair means 2. So that's why I have added, instead of keeping 3, I add both this angle and make it as one whole angle, and then we get only 2 angles. So these 2 angles form pair of linear pair angles, linear angles. So we write down this 2 equal to 180 degree. Why? Because they are angles in linear pair. And finally we get this LHS equal to RHS. And what is LHS? They are 3 angles of a triangle. And finally, by using the property of linear pair, by using property of alternate angles and parallel lines, we prove that all the 3 angles summation is equal to 180 degree. And write down finally the sum of measures of 3 angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So that is how we prove we apply the parallel lines properties to prove that all the angles of a triangle, when we add, we get summation equal to 180 degree. So that is how we use it.